Why are you sending me this message? Exactly, things went great. You've come from a date, the date went amazingly well, and you get home and you send this message and they're just thinking, bruh, like, bruh, really? Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's great having you back. Like I promised, I'll be trying to upload as much as I can. So this week I am back with another chit chat video, and this is going to be about relationships and my lessons learned. So I'll be talking about my past experience, my past dating kind of experiences in the past and what I learned from them. I'll not be going into too much detail because some of it is a bit too personal, but I'll just be touching on a few mistakes that we tend to make whilst we're dating and the kind of mistakes that I made and what I learned from them. So get comfortable, get a cup of tea, and I hope you enjoy the video. Here next to my lovely sister. The first thing I could kind of say about dating is that people tend to say that black people or black men are really bad. They cheat on you, they break your heart, you know, go for a white guy or for an Asian guy or whatever. But black guys, especially maybe Western guys, Nigerians, sorry guys, they play you and all that. One thing I learned from dating around, because I think I've dated quite a few different people from different ethnic backgrounds. That sounds bad, but trust me, it was just, some of it was just dating, just going on dates and meals and stuff like that. But one thing I can say is, regardless a person's ethnic background, a person or a man is still a man, and they're the same. There's no difference. Whether they want to play you or treat you right, it doesn't matter their background or where they're from or the color of their skin. A man is a man. If they want to treat a woman right, they will. If they're not ready for that woman and they're not ready to treat them right and they want to play around, they will. So don't go dating a different color skin or a person from a different background just because you think they're better than another certain background, because they're not. There's no difference. A man is a man just like a woman is a woman. An individual is an individual. Whether they want to play you or not, they will do that. So don't fool yourselves. Take a person as they come and get to know that person despite the color of their skin. So, lesson number 2. Dating the first guy that smiles at you, pays you a compliment, takes you out on a nice dinner date, and just thinking too much about that and thinking they're the one. Doesn't always happen like that. Getting into a relationship or starting to date a guy because they're nice and they smile at you and they do all these nice things in the beginning doesn't necessarily mean they're the right person for you. Guys like to chase, and guys like to play all their right cards in the beginning. The thing is this going to carry on throughout the whole relationship? So one thing I used to do is, a guy would approach me, and I can remember one time in university I met a guy at the elevator, and it was proper, you know, like a movie scene scenario, and to me that's what it was. So a guy I met at university, I was going to my induction day on beginning of the year, and he came and he stopped the lift proper put his hand out, stop the lift, you know. I was like, oh, okay. And this guy in a suit, a grey suit, nice shaved hair, looking all nice, one pierced ear, you know, he had an earring, and at that time I thought that looked quite hot. Nice shoes, very well presented, stopped the lift when it was closing, and he entered in and he smiled at me. And at that time I thought I looked quite rough because I'd gone out the night before. So in the morning I didn't want to miss my induction. I just got up, I got dressed. Lord knows if I stank because, yeah, I didn't have a shower that morning. Yeah, but anyway, I don't know if I stank. I know I tried to put a lot of deodorant. My hair was a mess. I didn't have no makeup on, and he entered and he smiled at me, and I thought, ooh, okay, I see you. And then from there he got off at a different floor from what I was getting off, and I was carrying on to go to the floor above, and he asked me what floor I'm going to. When I was in there, Lord knows how that conversation started, but anyway, yeah. So when I got off my floor, I went into the induction to where my induction was meant to be, just to find that it was cancelled and nobody told me. So I had to come straight out, and when I came out, I found the guy waiting outside. And I was like, okay, he's trying. And he smiled at me and he said hi, and we just carried on talking, and he walked me all the way to where I was staying, and he asked me for my number. So obviously I gave it to him. I mean, a well-presented guy. He stopped the elevator just to get in. He left his friends all the way there, and he ran to the elevator, and he came in. He followed me to my floor. He was willing to wait there for me. Why wouldn't I give him my number? I mean, he's hot. So yeah, I gave him my number, and we carried on talking, and he played all his cards right. He did all the right things, and he was a nice guy, and things were going great. And we carried on talking. He played all his cards right, like I said, and then his true colors started coming out. So, you know, started realizing little things that didn't quite add up. He was a master's student, well, graduated master's student who was still at university. He kept telling me that he's doing some research at university, but he hardly was at university. I hardly saw him at my university. So, but then I thought the university is quite big, so you never know. Then later, I remember I went back to his place, and we were just talking, and he just told me, showed me a website, and he told me, order whatever you want on this website, your limit is £100. Now, right, some girls they'll be like, woohoo, I'm getting myself some good stuff. But in my head, I was like, I started questioning a lot of things, because when things are too good for me, I start to question it. So I started questioning it, and I said, no, I'm fine, I'm good. And I started to notice, like, he had loads of new items in his room that were just in plastic bags, and I wondered what he was doing with them. And then after a while, obviously, as things progressed, he started saying, oh, I've got delivery coming, can it be delivered at your house, because I'm gonna be away from my house. And I was like, cool. But then things will start coming that didn't quite add up. So I started seeing these little things, and I thought something's not quite right. So I called him out on it. And I said, why are things coming to my address that I do not have your name on it, but they're yours? And, you know, why do you have all these new items in your place with plastic bags that some of them are not your shoes, that are not your size, clothes that are not your size? What is going on? What if my mama found out that the person I'm dating might be a fraud? So I thought, should I really carry on pursuing this? And at the end of the day, basically the moral of the story, the guy was a nice guy, but he wasn't, basically, and he was not someone I was willing to stick around for. So yeah, like I was saying, the point of this story was just because a guy comes and smiles at your face and pays your compliment doesn't mean he's someone that has good intentions. He was just using me to get those deliveries at my house, and we were not really going out on proper dates. He was just, come to mine, I go to yours, we'll talk here and there. So he wasn't really, the effort he was putting in the beginning didn't carry on after he got my address and things were going good for him. So I decided that relationship, I'm just gonna cut it out. Good thing at that point I had a good support system of friends, and I would talk to them, and they told me, yeah, something's not right here, leave that alone. Starting arguments for the sake of making it interesting. This is kind of childish. This is even before I went to university that I used to do this. So basically, I used to be in relationships whereby I used to think, oh, having arguments and getting that apology from your other half because you're right makes the relationship interesting. And if I was in a relationship and it will go a few weeks without having an argument, I'll start to think that it's getting boring. So I'll just start up an argument. I'll bring up something from the past, and I'll start an argument, and we'll argue, and maybe at this point I just like drama too much, which meant I wasn't quite ready for dating. I wasn't quite ready to be in a relationship. At the end of the day, by doing this, I was hurting both myself and my partner, who I was with at that time. This is before I went to university, and I think at some point my friends called me out on it, and I started to see it, and then I thought I can't be doing it anymore, so I kind of stopped and stopped dating. And when I went back to it, I realized, yeah, there's no point in starting drama when it's not needed. If something is going well, let it go well. If it's not, let it go. If you're finding a relationship boring, which is one of the main things, leave that relationship, or try to find ways to fix it. Try to find ways to get back to why you guys fell for each other, and try to make things interesting. Go on little dates, you know, whatever. And if it's still not working out, maybe that person's just not right for you. So instead of trying drama every now and again just to get an apology, or just to get that nice treatment at the end, or just to get that thrill of just having an argument, it's not the right relationship for you. And maybe you just need to get some help and talk to somebody. I mean, I know I did. Not somebody like a therapist, but even friends and family, they can help. Trying too hard. Oh god, the amount of times I tried too hard to make a relationship work is ridiculous, and it's one of the most exhausting, time-consuming thing you could ever do when you're in a relationship, or when you're trying to get someone to like you, or when you're dating someone. Don't do it. Don't try too hard, because if you're trying too hard, it just means it's not there. It just means don't waste your time, because the guy, he's just not interested enough for him to put his effort to reassure you that you do not have to try too hard. When I'm dating a person, I used to like to think that, oh, I'll give my best, you know, I'll spend money on you because you're my man. I want to show you that, you know, I am loyal. I don't mind spending my money on you. I don't mind treating you right. And I would be extra. I'll, you know, look nice all the time. If you want money, I'll be like, oh, don't worry, babe, I got you. How much do you need? Oh, £50. Cool. Give me 1 second. Run to the bank, put that money in, and he'll be like, yeah, I'll transfer it back. Lord knows when. Ladies, stop spending so much money on your man, especially if he's not treating you right, he's not showing, if he's not reciprocating your actions. Don't do anything extra. It should be, heck, they say 50-50, I say no, it should be 90-10. In the beginning, I need to see that 90% interest. Heck, 100%, 110% interest. And then I'll start giving back little by little until it gets to that 50-50 point. If you text them on a regular and they still text you back and start conversations, then they're interested. Because I always say, if you start texting a guy and you start talking to a guy, the only reason they might start talking to you or come after you is because they like that chase, that thrill of a chase. The moment they stop chasing you because you're not replying to any of their messages, and the moment it's a 50-50% back and forth conversation between both of you, if he can call sometimes, you can call sometimes, and there's no that chase, you're not chasing each other, then you're now starting to build something. You're now starting to, it's beyond games. There's no more games, there's no more chasing, there's no more, you know, you giving everything and them giving nothing. Then you can start to know this person has a genuine interest in you, and that's something you need to watch out for. Don't stop texting and wait for them to text. The only reason, or sometimes the only reason they might do that, is because they like the chase, and as soon as you reply to that message and they get you back, they stop again. So if you realize that pattern of you stopping and then they come, it's just a cat and mouse thing. Don't fall into that. Just cut it out straight away. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. Try too hard on yourself. Dress up for yourself. Make yourself look all pretty for yourself. Do your nails for yourself. Spend money on yourself. You realize how much happier you are. I mean, be selfish. Playing games in terms of taking 2 minutes to reply a message just because you don't want to show that you were too eager. Playing games as in, you know, just silly little games that you play when you're younger and you're trying to get the guy interested in you and show them that you're not as interested or you're not as eager, that they need to try. Sometimes you just don't need all these games, and a mature man or mature woman they know what they want, and if it's you, trust me, games or no games, they'll come and pursue you. So stop playing the games. Just quit it. Stop it. Oh boy, like I touched on before, you need time to heal, guys. You need time to heal that broken heart. If you have been in a relationship and you came out of it and it wasn't great and you're hurting, the last thing you want to do is go and try and get into a relationship with someone else, because he is going to be paying for your ex's mistakes. Basically, everything he does, you are going to relate it to what your ex did. You're always gonna look back and be like, oh, you're gonna hurt me just like he did because you're doing A, B, C, D, and that's what he did. You're always going to be comparing the two relationships, and this is not gonna work, because at the end of the day, even if the guy has an interest in you, he'll run away. He'll run away because it's too much. And this is one of the mistakes that I've made so many times. I mean, there's a time from the age of 18 to the age of 20 or 20 or 19, basically for a few years, a couple of years, I just kept going from one relationship to the other, to one relationship to the other, to the point that I just didn't trust anyone. I didn't trust any guy that came into my life. And it doesn't mean I didn't go on dates. I'll go on a date, and after a date, people used to know me for my essays. I'll write a long ass essay saying, you know, I'm not the kind of girl that you mess around with. You know, you can't be doing A, B, C, D. I've had my heart broken one too many times. Really, bruh? So you end up losing a great guy, or a chance at a great guy, or having fun. You even lose that excitement. You don't have that excitement no more. You go on a date and you don't put effort, because you feel like the guy's not worth putting effort for, because all guys are the same. They're not all the same. Guys are not the same. It's just that you need to give yourself clear vision. This means giving yourself time to heal. You need time to just let go of all the anger, let go of all the pain, let go of all the frustration. Look within you and see where you went wrong, because trust me, sometimes it's not just the guy. Sometimes it's just you, and you put them in the friend zone. They'll keep chasing after you. They'll keep trying to get you out on that date. And then when you're ready, go on the date. Because when you go on this date, after giving yourself that time to heal, you'll have 20/20 vision. Perfect vision. You'll be able to see through this guy. You'll be able to give it a chance. You'll be able to have fun. You'll be able to go with the flow. Give yourself time to heal. Take yourself on your own little dates. Take yourself to the spa. Go with your friends. I mean, find that happy place again before you start dating again. Looking for happiness in another person. Let me just sip my tea real quick. So yeah, ladies, if you think you can find somebody and they're gonna fulfill things in your heart or fill spaces, if you think you're gonna find someone that's gonna fill up this empty hole in your heart, in your soul, who's gonna make you happy, who's gonna be all the things all those guys weren't, you got it twisted. You have got it twisted. There is no man who's gonna come into your life and fill up a hole. There is no man who's gonna come into your life and make you happy. That's a myth. What a guy's gonna do when they come into your life is add on to that happiness that you already found within yourself, within your surrounding, within the people who were there before this man. That's why they say a guy is there to compliment you. He's not there to complete you, but he's there to compliment you. Meaning he will just add on to all the great things that you have, all the great qualities that you have. You are going to compliment each other. I used to think I'm going to find someone, and when I do, there's gonna be all this magic around me. You know, I'm gonna start feeling happier. I'm gonna start, you know, seeing the world in a different light. Everything's gonna be so much better. And I kept searching and I kept searching, and it makes you do crazy things. Trust me, when you're looking for someone to make you happy, you can do crazy ass things. You can go for any big head thinking they're the one to make you happy. And I searched and I searched, and I'll go into a relationship and I'll leave that relationship real quick because I'm thinking, nah, he's not making me happy. Find the next person, go into that relationship, see if he's making me happy. Nope, not making me happy. Okay, move on to that next relationship. I mean, getting a guy was easy, but keeping them, that was a challenge. Why? Because I was finding someone to make me happy. I decided, right, so I'm not finding this guy to make me happy. Let me make me happy. And certain events led onto this, and I talked about it in my last video, but I decided to soul search and cut everyone out and become selfish, like I said. And I decided this is the time that I'm gonna find things to make me happy. I'm gonna find my own happiness. I am going to dwell in it because I don't need no men to make me happy. I think that's the moment I gave myself to God as well. Like, I started praying a lot more. I realized all I need is my family. I need God, and I just need a few good friends who are there for you regardless your situation, circumstances, or whatever rubbish you do. When you meet someone, then you're not ready to jump in straight away. You want to get to know the person a bit more. You want to get to know where it's going, because the one thing you're scared of is losing that happiness. When you find that happiness, you're scared of someone coming in and taking that away and getting you back to the place you were before. So then when my partner came, I mean, I was questioning everything. I was thinking, do I really want to let this person in? Because this joy that I found, I want it to remain. And you get to know the person a bit more. You tend to ask a bit more questions, and you tend to accept everything they have to say about you, and you learn from each other. And that's the best thing about finding someone who compliments you, is because you can learn from each other and you can help each other grow. So yeah, I stopped looking for happiness in a man, and I found happiness within myself. And once you do that, ladies, you stop making all the other stupid mistakes that I've mentioned before, and you start living and you start meeting all the right men. Not say it might work out long term, but you start getting closer towards finding that. I'm just saying, give yourself time. And I'm sure if you're dating the right guy, he will understand. Give yourself time and just heal. That's one thing I can say. You need to heal as a whole. You need to deal with your insecurities. You need to deal with the trust issues. You need to deal with all the pain caused by those past relationships, and just center yourself. Once you do that, once you start finding happiness, once you start becoming happy within yourself, and once you get rid of that empty space in your heart, because that empty space is not a space for a man, but it's space for your own true happiness to be filled in, then you realize how much of a difference it makes within your whole relationship. Whether you go back to the relationship you were in before, or whether you start a new relationship, you go in that relationship with a clear mind, a clear sight. Maybe I missed out on. I'm trying to think of some lessons that I might, or some mistakes that I made. I don't know. I can't think of any. If you can think of some mistakes that maybe you've made, or some mistakes that girls, young people tend to make in relationships or when dating, and I've missed them out, leave a comment below. I'll be glad to hear some of them, because I mean, I'm sure there's many more out there. Maybe some I've forgotten because it's been a while, because I've tried to forget all that. But if you know of any mistakes, if there's some mistakes that you have made that you'd like to share, please leave a comment below, and how you dealt with it, or if you're still dealing with it, how you think you're gonna deal with it from now henceforth. That would be nice. It would be nice to hear from what you guys have to say. But I do hope that this video made sense. I do hope you can relate to it, and if not, if you know someone who can relate to it, share the video. It would be nice to get the word out there. But I do wish you all the best in your relationship. I do wish you all the best in your life. Do find that happiness, do find that healing, and I do hope that the next person you meet is the one. And if not, don't worry, it's never too late. I've known people to meet their life partner or the one at 70. You never know. Yeah, you so just never know. This video, give a thumbs up if you thought it made sense, if you liked it. Share the video, please, and do subscribe to my channel. And I hope to see you again next time with my next video, which will be how I got this look. So I wish you all a lovely week. Have a lovely day in whatever that you're doing, and God bless. See you next time. Bye. You made my heart break, and that made me who I am.